What is up, awesome people, and welcome back to Salty Wi-Fi Wednesday. Okay, so when you've been using Trick Room now for over 2 years, you kind of get a reputation for using Trick Room. And I think I actually said in one of my live streams, to quote myself, if I ever use a non-Trick Room team, I would probably, or someone else, would probably bowl over and have a heart attack. Well, I don't know if I should release this video to the world because, guess what? It ain't a Trick Room team. Oh my god. It's a non-Trick Room Wi-Fi Wednesday. What is this shenanigans? Anyways, this one was done quite some time ago. I do believe this was for the birthday upload PIMPNITE did. So this one was back on 16th of August. Was an extremely interesting Wi-Fi Wednesday. So without further ado, let's just jump into shenanigans and actually see what went down. And before I jump in even further, I gotta say this one is actually a theme team and it's based off the Pokemon Stadium rematch or round 2 Agatha team, but in LC version. And I actually did have used Agatha's team before in doubles. That would have been back in Oris. If I remember, I'll put a link to it in the description or something. Anyways, I'm gonna lead off with the smooching here, going for the fake out, but I've already made a mistake. I completely derped and forgot about Shield Dust. But can you blame me? Whoever runs across Shield Dust, and for those of you who don't know what Shield Dust does, it negates effects like flinch and all that. So fake out didn't work, went for the bug ball, which is by the way banded. It takes out my smooch gem, so I was like, I really wanted to use that. That's really sad. So yeah, that was an amazing turn 1. So I sent in Magikarp. Little twist here, it's not your typical Magikarp. It's a defensive wall Magikarp, and this thing's marvelous. It worked better than I thought it did, but then again, it's up against a bloody Weedle. So I'm getting Rattle Boost, which would have been bloody brilliant if it was anything else. So the whole point here was max health, max defense, Rattle to raise my speed of hit by a bug type move or a dark type move, which is happening here. And I'm taking the banded bug bites pretty well, but I'd love to know how well this would work up against a normal Pokemon that's not a Weedle. So there's some laughs there for you. So this is about the gimmickiest thing I had on this team was the defensive wall Magikarp. And because I did the EVs and everything before I hit level 20, I actually am not running Flail on this set. So I derped, forgot to use a hard scale on this Magikarp, and the only time I forget to put a move on it would have been quite handy. Flail would have done a bit more than what Tackle would have done, but it would not have taken out the Weedle. But that happened, so that was brilliant. Anyways, gonna send in my Ekans here. This is gonna be my Choice Scarf Ekans. So this is gonna go for a Rock Slide here. He's going to swap out the Weedle there and going into his Tunamo. So I was like, this is going to be interesting. So Rock Slide hits, which is nice. And it's kind of doing what it normally does in doubles, which you will see. So there's going to be a running gag here for me. But I'm going to swap out the Ekans here because I'm like not too sure what this is going to do. I'd say it's going to go for something like an electric type move like Charge Beam. So I swap into Bulbasaur here, which is going to be my special defensive wall. Running the Everlights as well. And I do believe that all these Pokemon will be sitting at level 50 stats, because that's how I decided to raise them. So this is going to be kind of like a gimmick PU team, I would say, in a way. It's all LC Pokemon. Anyways, Charge Beam going off here, and I think this is the first boost it gets in Special Attack, but it's a Tunamo of all things, so it's not really going to make much of a difference. Going for the knockoff here, so this is going to be, as I said, a max health, max special defense, Everlighted Bulbasaur. So another Charge Beam coming off my way. It's doing small amounts of damage here to Bulbasaur, which is very nice. But the boost in Special Attack is kind of scary, so it's kind of like, I'm going to get rid of this thing now, because I need this thing gone. So I'm using Echoed Voice here, so normally you wouldn't normally run this on a special defensive Bulbasaur. You'd be running something like Leech Seed or Toxic or whatever, but I decided to be somewhat gimmicky and go for the Echoed Voice instead. So Tynamo is going for the Thunder Wave here. It's going to try and slow down the Bulbasaur a little bit, make him immobilized by the paralysis. So that's... we know how the story goes with paralysis. It always slows me down somehow. So Echo Voice is now something like +3, which was really awesome. So even without any special attack investment, which even if I did run the extra 4 EVs and special attack, It's still not going to be doing an awful lot, but it's still going to be doing decent damage. So Bug Bite coming my way once again, bringing me down to the orange, very low orange range. Echo Voice at +4, I do believe, is going to do taking out that Weedle. So it's like, oh, this is quite nice. I might actually run Echo Voice and a few more tanks in the future. Plus, it is now TM as well, which is very nice indeed. So Love This comes in. I was like, oh, this is going to be using something like Ice Beam, but no, it goes for the Draining Kiss, and I do believe that might have been a misclick on Pip's part. I can remember him being quite salty over that. So an Echo Voice, as I said, I miscount all my counts now. That could be +4 or +5, but it's going to do, it's a 2-hit KO by this range, which is really nice. So there's the Ice Beam, which means the Draining Kiss was indeed a misclick on Pip's part. Didn't make much of a difference because I didn't OHKO it, but I guess in a way I did do damage to it. Anyways, Choice Specs Abra is going to come in here, but this is going to be Generation 1 Abra with Tri-Attack. So the IVs on it aren't going to be that amazing. I think I was running like max speed, max special attack, and max health might have been the IVs I got, or something like attack. I can't actually remember my IVs from that transfer. But anyways, Berkmite's going to come in. I was like, this can be quite tanky with Everlight, and if it's going to be running some weird EV spread because it's PIMPNITE, bound to happen. Get the Paralysis, which is nice, but unfortunately, that's going to end up biting me in the butt a little bit later in the battle. So Avalanche coming my way, that's going to be boosted by the fact I've already hit it. So that doubled in power, which was not nice, but at the same time, it's an Abra, I'm frail. So anything that I'm bound to take out that Abra. So I bring in Ghastly. I don't even know what I was doing with this set, so I think I made this for the giggles and the lols. So I mimic Avalanche. I've got Focus Sash on this set, and I'm gonna mimic Avalanche. So I can't do anything with that. And I don't think I went for the Destiny Bond. I think I had Destiny Bond on my Ghastly, but I thought, no, I didn't have Destiny Bond. I had Explosion instead, because it was like, oh, I can run Explosion and see if I can take anything out with that, because it was max attack, max speed, Ghastly, but instead it just ended up being a massive flop. Never using that Ghastly set again, but as I said, it was kind of for the lols, and I wanted to see what I could do with it, but using it up against a Berkmite was probably not the smartest idea. Alright, so Eggins comes in. I miss with the Rock Slide. Of course I miss with the Rock Slide. It's like doubles all over again. I seem to always miss or not get a flinch with it. Anyways, Rock Slide finally hits, takes out the Berkmite, which is nice. So as I said, this is Choice Scarf. Adamant Ekans, I do believe off the top of my head, would have been the nature for it. Max attack, max speed with 4 and HP. So next up is Surskit. And it's 1-2 by this stage too. So it's like I need to heavily rely on Ekans. And I know at the back of my head too, there's a Farfetch hanging around in the back, so it's like I really need to get things killed quite quickly. And because I had to take damage from Gyro Ball as well, was kind of not good on my part either, because I kind of want to keep all the HP I can get a hold of. So I'm down into about low range orange, which is not good either. So Rockside finally takes out the Surskit. As I said, that one Mishmade made a difference. It kind of, well, then you kind of see this, it's like, nah, probably didn't make much of a difference. So I know by the stage I'm going to get OHKO'd by the Farfetch. I was like, I need a flinch or I need a crit. So Rockside's going to take that down to the red. I was like, nice. Then I see Agility. I was like, I better outspeed next turn or I'm finished. So I was very salty I didn't get the flinch and it goes for the flower. I was like, oh boy, GG, salty, salty, salty. I was like, it's the same thing that happens in doubles. I don't get the flinch when I need it or I miss. And I was like, did the damage calcs after. I was like, it didn't matter if I had not taken damage from Gyro Ball or not. I would have been OHKO'd regardless. So I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. So yeah, if I got a crit or a flinch on that last turn there with Rock Slide, I actually would have won the battle, which would have been very nice indeed. But because of that, I ended up losing. So yeah, that was an extremely close battle, and there was, as I said, a lot of giggles there with the defensive wall, Magikarp, I'm not sure what I'm doing with the Ghastly, and the poor Smoochum, which I was very looking forward to actually using in that battle. I never got to use it, so I was like, oh, that's very unfortunate. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this battle. And as always, their movesets and everything will be on the outro if you want to go check that out. And there's a few more battles I have backlogged yet from PIMPNITE's battles, and once they're all done, we'll then move on to a few other stuff as well. But unfortunately, they're the only type of battles I've managed to do recently, because A, I've been busy with my full-time apprentice job, and I've been studying, and I've been trying to do a few other things as well in regards to getting another double battle team ready and just a few other things that have been going on in life. So that's the reason why there's been very lackluster variety in opponents and all that. And not only that, I do have one team for singles, but it's just trying to get decent battles for it. It's just not happening. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for tonight's 3 battles. Hope you guys enjoyed them. And until next week, hopefully there will be a Wi-Fi Wednesday next week. Hopefully I don't just nod off from over-exhaustion like I have the last couple of weeks. And actually manage to get that out. So it'll be more than 1 week's worth of Wi-Fi Wednesday. Let's see if I can do that and not be lazy KrimZen. But anyways, until then, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!